Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today I have with me the brand new Hyundai Bayon Facelift 2024, and in this video we will do the test drive. I already have the full review on my channel. If you didn't see that video, definitely check it out, because there I give you all the details, technical data, interior, exterior, material quality, and we talk about all the changes that these new Hyundai Bayon come with. Also, by the way, if you want to see the car, if you want to test drive the car, if you want to buy the car, definitely check out Neo Motors. If you are in Bucharest, around Bucharest, I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. So yeah, definitely check them out. Also, the car comes with 16-inch wheels, alloy wheels, super nice. They fit really nice with the car. On the rear it comes with brake discs. On the front it comes with ventilated brake discs. By the way, this is the key. Also, it didn't come with keyless entrance. You will have to lock and unlock the car from the key, but the good part is that it comes with electric folding mirrors, and once you unlock the car, if you go inside, you will see that the car comes with aluminum pedals. Also, the seats are textile material, but pretty good quality. Also, they have side support, and as I drive the car today, they feel pretty comfortable. Now let's go inside. I don't want to lose too much time with the car with the information, because I already talked about everything in the review video. Another thing to point out is the fact that in order to start the car, you have to use the physical mechanical key, like old school, but that doesn't bother me too much. At least when you turn on the car, you will notice the brand new digital cockpit, which look awesome. And once you change the different driving mode, it comes with 3 different driving modes: eco mode, normal mode, and sport mode. Depending in which driving mode you are, the car will react accordingly. Otherwise, it comes also with this new multimedia system, from where you can kind of customize whatever things you want to see on the right side. Yeah, more about that, check out the full review. It comes with a climatic system. Also, in the test I will reset the consumption and we will see what kind of numbers we can get, but I will drive with the climatic system on low, and also the temperature all the way low and level 1, just like all my tests. Otherwise, good visibility around the windows, pretty good comfort. I really like the shape of the steering wheel. It looks really nice, modern, and also the grip and the quality feel quite good. Now let me give you some technical data and then we will start driving. The new Hyundai Bayon come in 2 versions. You can get it as trim levels, and I have with me the top of the trim here, and the price of the car that I will drive today is 21,800 euro, but this Bayon start at a price of 17,000 euro, depending in which version you get it, and also with what kind of engine, because you have 2 versions. You have a 1.2 liter 4 cylinders petrol engine with 79 horsepower. You can get it with manual and or automatic transmission, or you get this version that I have with me, which is 1 liter 3 cylinders inline petrol engine, 100 horsepower, 200 newton meters. The consumption of the car that I have with me, it's 5.5 liter, and it also come with the automatic transmission, but you can get it also with a manual transmission. But the version that I have with me, it comes with the automatic transmission. Also 0 to 100 12.4 seconds, top speed 175 km per hour, and the fuel tank capacity 40 liters, turning circle 10.4 meters, and it comes in combination with this automatic transmission, 7 speeds DCT. Suspension independent McPherson on the front and torsion bar on the rear. So I will leave also the technical data and all the information in the description of this video, so you can find it there as well. And now let's start driving. Yeah, we don't have electronic handbrake button or stuff like that. We have this manual handbrake, but yeah, that doesn't bother me too much. And here we have the gear selector. From here you can put it in gear, you can put it in reverse, or you can put it in drive. You can, yeah, because it's automatic, it's change the gears automatically, but you can also change it manually. If you go left, plus and minus, you can change the gears manually if you want to do that. Also, it comes with a reverse camera in this version. The good part is that you have a very compact, small, nice car for the city with plenty of space, so it's a great options if you want to buy an i20 for example, but you need more space. I think this Bayon make a lot of sense. It's for the first time, to be honest, today when I drive the car, and I have to tell you, I drive it a little bit before, and I have to tell you that I'm quite surprised on how good the car it is and how smooth it's work. Even though it's run in 3 cylinders, it seems to run pretty smooth, pretty silent. You can't hear the engine too much until you push it really hard, but until then it's really nice. To be honest, it's really smooth and nice. And also this transmission in combination with the engine seems to run pretty good. It's not mild hybrid, it's a pure petrol engine. This is something that definitely worth mention and keep in mind. I really like it, and it feels light. Also the steering wheel in eco mode, it feels pretty light. When you put it in sport mode, it becomes a little bit more yeah, someone made just an accident here. Let's see if I can manage to go around the corners. Yes, yeah, so you can see in eco mode it's pretty soft, but when you put it in sport, the steering will become a little bit stiffer, and also the acceleration much more responsive. We will test all driving modes. It's great that you have this chance to change it. When it comes to suspensions, they will remain the same, so the suspension wouldn't change at all, so definitely will stay the same. Otherwise, the car don't come with double glass or stuff like that, but I noticed that the sound insulation, at least in the city at low speeds, it's pretty good. We will go also on the highway, we will try a little bit higher speeds so we can see how the car will react there. But for the moment, for the way I drive, it seems to run pretty smooth. Where is it? Here. Yeah, the hazard light button, it's also in the right place. I like the lower driving position, so you sit pretty low, and I like that. Also visibility in the mirrors, it's quite good. So you can see how smooth it's running. I like it so much. I didn't expect, before I came to the car to test drive it, I didn't expect to be so smooth and so pleasant to drive it. And the gearbox is changing the gears so fast, you don't even notice when it's changing the gears. And the estimated consumption is 5.5 liter, and I'm really curious if we manage to reach that number. Now, the only downside when you have a pure petrol engine or diesel engine is that right now when I'm braking, the car wouldn't recuperate that energy. So this is the only sad thing. And then now when we have to drive, we will have to drive yeah, and losing that energy that we already lost. But surprisingly, the brakes feel good, the pedals feel good. I like it overall. I think it's a well-built car. It feels pretty pleasant to drive it. It comes also, of course, with start-stop system. It comes with many options like heated steering wheel, heated seats. And you can see how silent. Look how many cars are around, and also trucks and cars. And inside the cabin, it's still pretty silent. Also the position and the comfort on the seat is great. You have also this armrest here, which is great and pretty useful. The only thing that I wish to have in the car and we don't have is the auto hold function. I wish to have that auto hold function, and probably with an electronic handbrake will be nicer. But let's keep in mind that the car, it's sold for a pretty good price, so the price of the car is pretty good for the things that it offers. Also, it comes with a radar, and it comes with emergency brake, lane assist. I will test it on the highway and I will show you the way it works. which are super useful safety features. Also in the mirror up here you have a pretty good visibility, so you can see quite well because the mirror it's big, and also the window in the back is pretty big. Also up here you have LED lights, which is also quite nice. You have also the reverse camera, which you can activate it from this button here, so you can see it also in a wide way, or you can see it from above if you want. But the good part is that this camera you can leave it on also when you're driving at low speed, so you can see what's happening in the back. And also you can, if I'm not wrong, I think you can take this out from here. I'm not sure if that stay always on. I have to go on the side. Now we have a little bit of traffic, which is great for the test. We get some traffic and then we get a little bit on the highway, so it will be a great consumption test, and also a good test overall too. And I have a lot of time to explain you everything about the car, even the things that I didn't explain you. But for example, I don't know if you understand in the beginning of the video, so the car came in 2 versions, and also it comes in 2 different engine types: 1.2 liter 4 cylinders, 79 horsepower, and then you can get it auto or manual. And this engine that I have today, 1 liter 100 horsepower, and you can get it automatic or manual. So we have the automatic version. The only difference between those two are that this 100 horsepower it's in 3 cylinders and the other one it's in 4 cylinders. But yeah, to be honest, if I would buy this Bayon, I will definitely go with the same version that I have today, with automatic transmission and 100 horsepower, because it's a little bit more powerful, and I think will make more sense, and also it's a little bit more economical when you drive also at higher speeds. Another cool thing to point out is that up here you have a camera. The car comes with a camera, and the car can read the traffic speed limit and also some traffic signs like priority, like stops and stuff like that. And also this work in conjunction with the radar in the front for adaptive cruise control and all that safety feature. You can activate it from here, the cruise control. So all you have to do is just press it and it will activate. And also the lane assist, you activate it from here. Once you press it, it will be activated, but you have to use it at higher speeds on the highway. So I will test it and I will show you a little bit later when we go out on the highway. So for example, right now in the city with the climatic system on, you can see that we have 13.6 liter consumption, and we pretty much stayed in the traffic. But yeah, that will go lower after we go out on the highway. Plus, another thing to point out is the fact that the engine temperature was cold when I started driving, because I let the car for a few hours before, and you can see it's still not at desired temperature. So yeah, this is also very important to point out. Otherwise, it's quite pleasant being in the car. It's a nice ambient. It's a silent ambient. I like that this screen, it's a little bit tilted to the driver and it's a little bit higher, so that allow me to have very good visibility there. Wherever things I choose to have, I have a pretty good visibility here. Of course, you can connect Android Auto, Apple CarPlay to the car, which you can see all those information. You can also configure the cockpit to see the map, or to see it like that, the safety features, or you can see the consumption and all other informations right there on the screen. Also, if you still have questions, guys, let me know in the comments. I will be happy to answer you. Suspension wise, like I saw before, it seems to be set up quite well, a little bit through the comfort, so you don't feel like they are stiffer suspension. They feel pretty comfy. I would say around 60 to comfort and 40 to sportivity to stiffness, and that's really good because most of the time the people that will drive this car will drive in the city, which is better to have a softer suspension than on the handlings when you get on the highway, high speeds, and when you want to drive a little bit dynamic, then you need that stiffer suspension. But this car, it's made for comfort, so most of the people, they will use and they will be happy to be comfortable. And you can see right now over those bumps, it feels really, really nice. It really feels comfortable. And you can see over this speed bump, you see how soft and nice they are. That's nice. It's a little bit traffic today at this time. Usually the traffic is a little bit later. I don't know today why at around this time it's that kind of traffic, but it's just a little bit until probably another 5-6 minutes. But it's great. This is really good, because in this way we can make a better idea of how it's really the consumption with traffic and highway. Also the navigation system, probably you saw it also on other cars, and also probably you see it in the review video. If you didn't see my review video, definitely check it out. You can see that it's not perfect. It has just a little bit of lag. Of course there are many other navigations better, but once you set up the route, then I like very much the way it shows you the directions, indications. I think they are really clear, and sometimes they are even better than Google Map, because you see it shows you with zooming that on the next roundabout you have to go right, and you understand a little bit better the directions, which is really helpful in most of the situations. And the engine, it's so silent. That was one of, if there are a few things on every car, I have a few things, or 1-2 things, usually 1 or 2 things that really impress me on that car. And if I take this Bayon, I think the thing that really impressed me on it is the fact that the engine is quite silent. You barely hear noise from the engine to the cabin, at least not when you're driving slow, you know. When you're driving fast, you will see when we go on the highway, but when you're driving slow and you don't try to push it harder, then the sound inside the cabin, it stays at a pretty low level, which is extremely comfortable. Now the consumption, go to the roof a little bit, 14.8 right now. It's kind of normal because we had extreme traffic around here.
Leave at the first exit.
But you will see it will get better.
Leave the roundabout.
Here, this area, this road here, it's a little bit bumpy, so we can test a little bit better the suspensions. Yeah, like I told you before, it feels really nice. they really set it up to the comfort, so it's very pleasant even if you're driving in a country or in a place where the streets are not that good. The car will still keep that comfortable ride. So yeah, I would say the engine, the way it sounds, and the suspension are two things that really overcome my thinking. I didn't expect to be that good. Yeah, pretty fine, and there was
300 meters, leave
there
the
was
roundabout
pretty
at the
big
second exit.
bumps and a pretty good place to test it, but the car reacts so good, and the consumption is going lower, 12.5, and it's normal. We'll go even lower after we manage to pass the next intersection. We get a little bit of traffic around here, and then we'll be better. So probably another kilometer, and then we'll go on the highway. So we will drive also on the highway. I will try to drive at higher speeds, so to see how the car is managing. Because I know many people are worried about, 1 liter 3-cylinder, how the car will react on the highway at high speeds. And this is something that I really want to prove you, or I really want to take you there to show you how the car it's managing those speeds. But I tell you, the only thing that's missing from this car, it's an electronic handbrake and an auto hold. Or I don't care about electronic handbrake, because this one, you just pull it once when you park and leave it down when you start driving. But an auto hold function will be extremely useful, and this is something that I wish to have on the car. This is probably the only thing that I wish to have on the car. And if you go to vehicle here, you can see you have so many safety features. But if you go to park and safety, you have the speed limit, camera setting, you see, but you have the driver safety with the emergency brake, you have the driver warning, a lot of safety features around here, speed limit info. So yeah, instrument cluster, you can customize it from here, and a climatic system, lights and doors, and here are all the settings. Anyway, I already review all that stuff in a separate video, so the video is already on the channel. You can check it out if you want to. I like the shortcut buttons down here, they're so useful.
Now leave the roundabout.
Also, the steering wheel in eco mode, it's very soft and nice and easy to go around in a crowded small streets city. Also, if you change from here the driving modes, you can go in normal mode when the car will balance the power, the acceleration and power, but the steering wheel will still stay soft. And then it's sport mode, when the steering wheel it's a little bit stiffer. You already can feel that. You can see the graphics are changing every time you change the driving mode. And then in sport mode, the car will react much more quicker. It will give you the power much more quicker. Also, it warns you when the leading vehicle is moving on. So for example, if you're staying here and you just you just look at something down here or stuff like that, or you look in the menu and the car in front will leave, then you will see a message here on the screen that tells you that the vehicle in front it's moving on. So then it's kind of warning you. This is so cool. this feature it's on the all new Hyundai cars, which is so cool. I really like it. Also, of course, you can see the information here from the navigation. You can see also the information when you're driving, when you activate the cruise control, and then here you have the consumption and all those infos. So we drive 23 minutes, 3.4 kilometers, and we have 13 liters fuel consumption until now. And this is the last intersection, then we will go on the highway. We will do left and we are done with the traffic, but it's good that we catch that traffic because it's a good test for the consumption, and I'm happy that I keep you with me in the same time, so I don't have to do an extra separate video about the consumption, because I managed to squeeze both of the videos, consumption with traffic and highway, and in the same time when I do the test drive with all the information. So that's really good. You can have everything in this video. I like also this A pillar, it's a little bit lower, and the mirror is designed a little bit squeezed. You can see it's squeezed down, a little bit more aerodynamic. That should help when we go now on the highway. I like the fact that here you have leather soft material, which is great when you have your hands. Also the armrest is pretty nice, pretty big, pretty extended. It's also soft in a rubber. That's nice. It's a nice ambient inside. I like the way they place. I like the fact that you see this cockpit, it's a little bit lower and the screen is a little bit higher. That allows you to have a better view on the navigation. It's also a little bit tilted to the driver, so those things are quite smart. I like it. Steering wheel, you probably saw it on the other Hyundai models, even more expensive. Steering wheel, it's another element which I like on the car. Now we catch this traffic light on red one more time, but that will be the last one, and then we go on the highway. And with all this super huge traffic until now, we have 13 liters consumption, 3.6 kilometers, 26 minutes. Incredible. But you will see after that we will go on the highway, the consumption should be lower. Police is passing here through the traffic. I want to test also the other driving mode, so let's go in sport mode. So we will go on the highway in a sport mode, or maybe not, maybe a little bit later. First of all, we go on the highway, I show you the cruise control, and then we will test the sport mode a little bit later. Of course, the car comes with those buttons here, which are for traction control and start-stop engine system. So if you don't want that car to stop all the time, you can deactivate it from here. Here you have some huge storage space actually in the glove box. It's really big space. Also from here you can set up the temperature and also the position of the air, and you have also the button to turn it off, and it's great that you can turn it off super fast and easy, just like that. It's pretty warm outside today. It's around 24 degrees, but it feels even warmer. And again, you can activate from here the cameras, the rear camera, so you can see in the rear the cars. You can change also this area here. Usually this area can be closed. Not sure right now why not, so you can leave it like that with navigation in the same time, and also the reverse camera. I like the fact that the car, it stays really good on the road. They managed to set up pretty well the suspensions, so when you go left right, the car didn't feel soft or like a boat, but in the same time it managing to have pretty good stability in corners, and over the bumps you have good comfort. So yeah, the setup of the suspensions is good. Surprisingly today, usually at this time is not traffic, but today is traffic. It's crazy. I don't know why. Usually it's traffic around 5-6 o'clock, maybe 4, but now it's like, yeah, it's 5 o'clock. We catch the 5 o'clock, but it's okay. After that, after we go on the highway, we wouldn't have that kind of traffic. Also, another thing that I notice is that the car, it's pretty quick in response. Up to 80 km/h, it's relatively quick. It gives you the power quite fast. Even the climatic system now, it's pretty powerful, to be honest. It feels pretty powerful. So it keeps you really cold and nice. So in comparison with other cars that I test with the same settings on the climatic system, this one, it feels really cold. So yeah, it's definitely not the same. So differ from the car to the car.
In 300 meters, leave the roundabout at the first exit.
$13.2 liters, 4.3 kilometers, 32 minutes. Wow, it's insane. It's the worst traffic you can get, I think, in any city. I don't think you can get a worse traffic than this one. So you can see right now on the screen you have the speed limit and you have the traffic sign to give priority. As I tell you before, it can read also the traffic signs. That you can see it right there. It's a camera here, you can see the sign there. So it shows you right here. I'm pretty happy with the sound insulation in the car. Yeah, Hyundai in the last years is growing so much it's growing. It really make good cars. The only thing is that the car didn't have that highway drive assist which Hyundai used like an autopilot. This one doesn't have autopilot. This car have only cruise control, like the classic cruise control, which you set the speed and then the car will just hold the speed for you. But it has the lane keeping assist, so that's useful, and it has also emergency brake. I think here it's annoying, you can also deactivate this start-stop engine function, so the car wouldn't stop and start all the time.
Now leave the roundabout.
And now we go on the highway and we will have less traffic. Also in the roundabout it's so easy, it's light, the car, it feels light, it feels agile. I like that very much. Now here you can activate from here the cruise control, so you can set the speed. For example, if you want to set it to 19, the car will keep the speed, will keep between the lanes, will actually hold between the lanes like autopilot. But the only thing is that the car doesn't have the cruise control, but it stays between the lanes in a perfect way, and I feel like I can trust it. That's another surprisingly thing for me. I didn't expect that. I did expect to hold you like that, but not that good. Wow, it's really good. It's really good. Now we have 103 km/h and the car, and you still don't hear too much noise from outside. It's still keeping between the lanes, which is again surprisingly, wow, what, it's so good. And you can see you can still leave the camera on the rear, which help you a lot to see what's happening in the back. But of course you have this mirror, which is great, and you see a lot of things in the mirror, and you have a big window in the back. You can higher up the speed, and right now you can see the car, it's just accelerating, and we drive 120. The car still stay between the lanes, still keep me between the lanes in a very good way. Wow, I'm so surprised. You barely hear wind noise from outside. You hear the tires from the lower area, you hear the noise, but you don't hear the wind. Wow. And I feel like the car didn't try too much to stay at 120. So you can see right now, yeah, as I tell you, I have to press the brake and be careful regarding the car in front, because it didn't have adaptive cruise control. If the car in front, this one will brake only in emergency, but it will not hold you that distance. It doesn't have this adaptive cruise control, but it has lane keeping assist, which is so useful. Wow, it's so good. It's so good as a safety. But the most surprisingly thing for me is that, oh my god, I just drive it at 120, and the car, not only that feel like it has more power, so at 120 the car stays at 2500 RPMs, which is great for a 1 liter 3-cylinder engine, but it feels like it still have a lot of power. And we are in eco mode, guys, don't forget that. Wow, it's really good. It's really good, better than I was expecting. And it's still silent. That's the most important thing. It's still silent. It's still silent and cool. Oh, they work around here. It's a police car. Something happened around here. Oh my god, some car was on fire. You saw that? And that wasn't electric, like everybody comment on the internet. Oh, it was an electric car. No, this time wasn't electric. Wow, I don't know which car was, but wasn't electric for sure.
In 300 meters, leave the roundabout at the first
Didn't have
exit.
time to check. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Another surprisingly thing that I find out on this car is that it's really managing high speeds in a very good way for a 1 liter 3-cylinders engine. It's crazy good. It's crazy good. Now we go back on the highway, and this time we will drive 130, and I will change in sport mode. I will drive. Ooh, I already feel the acceleration pedal is much more responsive, and we will see.
Leave at the first exit.
Oh, look at this. The acceleration pedal, much more responsive. It has a little bit of delay when you're accelerating, but it's not that bad. Just a little bit. It's kind of normal. It's a pure petrol.
Follow A3 for 6 kilometers.
So now, if you want to accelerate, even if we go uphill, the car accelerates pretty nice. Ooh, I like that. pretty quick, it's pretty responsive, and it feels like it have enough power even though it has 100 PS. It feels like more, I don't know why. It feels like it's more powerful than 100. And we have 120 here. Now you start to hear a little bit of wind. But wow, I'm so surprised how good the car it stays on the road. It stays pretty good, and if I press the acceleration, ooh, the car have more power. I feel like I have more power, and I'm 125, almost 30. And I feel like it has even more power to give me. That's surprising. Yeah, so for those of you that worry that wouldn't do a good job on the highway, you don't have to worry. The car is doing lovely. Yeah, too bad that is not connected to a full hybrid system, for example, to recuperate all that energy that I will lose right now when I'm braking around here, around this area, when I have to lower the speed. So otherwise right now all this energy from the brake will go back. But yeah, anyway, even though brakes feel super good, pedal feels smooth and nice. Easy to drive it in parking lot, in small spaces. And let's move back to eco mode. So we drive in sport mode, we drive in eco, I drive on the highway, some high speeds. We have 8.3 liter consumption. So as you saw in the beginning, half of this video was on the traffic, high traffic. As you saw there, the car it's managing to do a pretty good job. Of course, is not close to 5.5 liter, but keeping in mind that we drive on a super high traffic, we drive also on the highway at high speeds and with a climatic system on all the time, low, level 1, and my hands are really cold right now. I don't want to stop it because this is my test. You can see the reverse camera, it's pretty clear with those active lines that guide you and help you park. Pretty cool. Put it in park, electronic handbrake. 8.8 liters, guys, 17.1 kilometers, 47 minutes. Oof, kind of much, right? But yeah, the car it's quite surprisingly good. So there are a few things here that I really like about the car. For example, I like very much the suspension is nice, it's smooth, it's well balanced. I like the pedals, I like the easiness of driving, the visibility, the sound insulation. I like the way it's changing the gears, and I like the fact that even if you're driving 120, when you press the acceleration it has a little bit of delay, but it still feel like it gives you more power. So for a 1 liter 3-cylinder 100 horsepower, it feels really good. And also it feels like it's binned together, it's built like the engine and the transmission, it's like really well connected, if that makes sense. Anyway, that was the video, guys. I already have on the channel the same car, full review, interior, exterior, everything about the car. Definitely check out there, you can get more information. If you have questions, ask me down below, whatever question you have. Also, thank you very much to all of you that watching my videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you are in Bucharest, in Romania, if you want to see the car, test drive the car, buy the car, definitely check out Neo Motors. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. Yeah, they are very nice and they will help you with everything. And also, from what I heard, they have some discounts on this model, so yeah, definitely worth check out. So thank you for watching, stay safe, and I see you soon in the next one. Bye guys.
The morning's near and still I can't tell you how I feel. Just another lonely day together.